Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
We've all seen police shows on TV when they go to arrest someone. The guy usually runs or argues or fights. I actually witnessed one arrest in the middle of an interstate in Atlanta. As we neared an exit, a man tumbled down the embankment, got up, and ran directly into traffic. A policeman was on his tail. Traffic stopped as we all watched the officer chase him across 5 lanes of traffic. The man attempted to climb over the separating wall, but the policeman got him with a stun gun. We thought it was over, but as the officer got him down on the ground, he suddenly popped up and started running again. Finally, the policeman got him subdued and off the road. That's something like what those who arrested Jesus expected. The great multitude who climbed the Mount of Olives looking for the light of the world carried lanterns and torches and weapons, even though the full moon would have made it clear as day. John 18:3 says Judas had brought along a detachment of troops and officers from the chief priests and Pharisees, so a group of probably Jews and Gentiles, slave and free, soldiers and Pharisees. They fully expected Jesus would run, and they would have to search for him and bring him back by force. After all, other times when the Jews had tried to stone him, he just disappeared, but this time they were prepared. But so was Jesus. Verse 4 says, Jesus therefore, knowing all things that would come upon him, went forward and said to them, Whom are you seeking? He knew who they were, why they had come, and what would happen to him in the next few hours. There would be no surprises for him. Yet he calmly stepped up to confront them. He was the one asking the questions, making demands. He was arrested quite majestically. He was in control the whole time. In the garden, when the mob came to arrest him, he proved he wasn't a victim, but was instead in charge of the whole scene. In fact, he had chosen the place of his arrest. While he'd been in Jerusalem for Passover, he would preach in the temple during the day and spend the night on the Mount of Olives. So Judas knew where to find him. If he didn't want to be found, he could have gone somewhere else or just disappeared like he'd done before. But he went where Judas knew he would be, and then confronted the multitude when they came to arrest him. Then when they affirmed that they'd come to arrest a man, Jesus of Nazareth, he replied, I am. The words that he had used all along to claim his deity. And you know what happened? The whole mob stumbled backward and fell to the ground. Talk about being in charge. Jesus had to give them a minute to recover and remind them why they were there. Then he ordered them to let his disciples go free, and they obeyed. When Peter took a whack at one of them who had come to arrest Jesus, he protected Peter, not just by stopping him and healing the man's ear, but by keeping them from attacking, or at the very least from arresting Peter too. This great multitude who had come to arrest Jesus could do nothing without the Father's permission. That same control Jesus had over his arrest continued through his trial and execution. What Satan meant to be humiliating and demeaning, in retrospect, just puts Jesus' majesty on display even more. Jesus continues to have that same majestic control over each moment of our lives too. As Jesus trusted his Father, we can trust him, no matter what trial comes our way. He is in control.
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through his word. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you can find in the description below. Thank you for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.